You know what? Before this game, ESPN said that KU had zero chance of winning this thing and Oklahoma State would win comfortably. Who's laughing now, you bunch of bozos? Let's do a review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and today, yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the 5th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks headed down to Stillwater, Oklahoma to take on the uprising Oklahoma State Cowboys and won comfortably in Gallagher-Iba Arena by a final score of 87-76. I will say, this was a pretty good win for KU after the first meeting in Lawrence almost went to Oklahoma State, but a couple key buckets late and an incredible block by Kevin McCullough really helped us win that game. This one was a completely different story as we killed them in the second half in terms of point production, defense, and yeah, you get the point. Now, there's a few good things that came out of this game, but there were a few bad things that came out of it as well. So that being said, for those of you who do not know, I give positives and negatives about the game, give a player of the game, and a player who needs to improve. So without further ado, let's do it. All right, positives. Big improvements on KU's shooting numbers from a couple games ago as KU shot the ball very well in this one. KU shot 54% from the field along with going 36% from three. That's still on the shaky side, but I mean, it is still an improvement. And also 69% from the free throw line, which was a vast improvement from the game against Oklahoma. I mean, we started taking better shots. A lot more shots started falling. We were actually shooting pretty well from the three-point line in the first half, and then that kind of diminished down a bit as we started taking more threes late. But, I mean, after having a couple games where the shots were not falling, they're finally starting to, and it's the perfect time for that to start. So, yeah, KU shooting numbers, that's positive. Turnovers. KU won that battle as KU forced 15 Oklahoma State turnovers and scored 16 off of them, while the Cowboys forced 10 Jayhawk turnovers and only scored 12. I mean, we are taking care of the basketball, and the turnovers are now starting to shrink down a bit, which is good. I mean, especially now since we're in mid-February and now we're getting things back up to speed and we're picking up the pieces that we had a few mistakes go for us in the wrong way in January. So yeah, this is vast improvement. I mean, we're forcing turnovers and scoring off of them, which didn't happen very often a month ago. So yeah, winning the turnover battle is also a positive. And the final positives are all nitpicks as KU won the points in the paint battle 40-30. Fast break points, KU won that one 20-5. And bench points, KU also won that one 12-5. I mean, the points in the paint kind of surprises me with how well, and I'm going to give him credit. Caleb Boone played a remarkable ball game, and the fact that we scored more points in the paint as Caleb Boone and Musa Cisse were just being like block-heavy shot blocker artist. I don't even know if that's the right terminology to use, but yeah, with them being good defensive presence down low, this kind of surprises me that KU won the points in the paint battle. Also, bench points outscoring the Cowboys that way. Again, that also comes from Oklahoma State not having very much or a lot of production from their bench anyway, because it mainly came scoring wise, it came from maybe three guys. Yeah, it did come from three guys. Caleb Boone, Bryce Thompson, and John Michael Wright. They were without Avery Anderson in this game, which I guess you could say that there was a reason why we won this thing, is because they didn't have him, but come on. They did well without him. And yeah, winning the bench thing, the bench points was also big, and then second chance, I believe it was second chance points that I said, yeah, or excuse me, fast break points. We were really good on the break, and the reason why Oklahoma State struggled is because we forced turnovers, or they would throw up crappy shots. So yeah, with all that said, there was a lot of good things that happened, and those are my positives. Now to the negatives. Defensively, Oklahoma State did really well shooting the ball as well, as we couldn't force them to shoot under their numbers. But gosh, give the Pokes credit. They fought their hearts out, as they shot 50% from the field and 47% from beyond the arc. But KU did manage to beat them in terms of the free throw percentage, as Oklahoma State only shot 64%. I will say most of them came late because Caleb Boone started missing free throws, and he's one of their best free throw shooters, and it was surprising that he started missing a lot. But Bryce Thompson shot above his average, making 6 of 8. John Michael Wright was shooting roughly at his average. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. In fact, the only guys who did shoot free throws were Bryce Thompson, who shot 8, Caleb Boone shot 12, and then Tyreek Smith shot 2. So forget what I said about John Michael Wright, because that was actually 3-point field goal percentage, which, gosh, that was way above his average. But yeah, we could not defend any point on the floor because Oklahoma State does have size, but they also have a 3-point shot. So yeah, we need to work on that. So forcing Oklahoma State not to shoot bad shots is a negative. Rebounding. KU got out rebounded 33-29 in this ball game. This was kind of expected because Caleb Boone and Musa Cisse are like 7-footers. So they were going to get a bulk of the rebounds in this game when you have guys who, some of them aren't, I will say Ernest and Zuby aren't as athletic as those guys. I think they'll get there in the near future. But KJ's undersized, Kevin McCullough's undersized, Jalen Wilson is undersized compared to those guys. So this was kind of expected, but we still got to take care of the glass, no question. So getting out rebounded, that's a negative. Fouls is another negative, and boy, this could have been way different. Oklahoma State was only called for 15 fouls, while Kansas was called for 20. And yes, it's on the higher side now. This happened, and it all happened pretty much early, and it happened with our bigs and some others. You had Jalen Wilson pick up 3 quickly. You had KJ Adams pick up 3 quickly in the second half. Ernest ended up fouling out. You had, again, going back to KJ, he ended up having 4 of his own. So, yeah, they started calling ticky-tack things. Not going to go against the refs or anything because there was some calls that they missed on both ends. But, gosh, we got to do better. I mean, we were doing better the last couple games with OU and Texas in terms of not fouling. But this was just one hiccup. So, unfortunately, losing the foul battle, that is also a negative. And the final negative, which is a nitpick, and KU did lose the second chance battle 14-10, goes with rebounding, so not really much to say. Yeah, so a lot more negatives in this one, but with all that said, those are my negatives. Player of the game. Now, there's a few guys I want to give honorable mentions to, and also one of them being Kevin McCullough, as I want to say that prayers go out to him. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He did sprain his ankle in this ball game, but he played an incredible game. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal and a block in 36 minutes. Went 6 of 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, but 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Hopefully that ankle gets better. I mean, shoot, there was a lot of times where guys went down with ankle injuries. One of them came back, which was DeJuan Harris. He came back, but Kevin was out for the rest of the ball game because this was late, and I hope he's okay. This is just me being a KU fan, but it was Caleb Ashbury. It looked like he stuck his foot out and caused Kevin to go down, but I think it's more or less on the accidental side. I'm just being the KU fan that there is. I thought he kind of did it intentional, but looking it over constantly, it's kind of 50-50 on my thing, so oh well. But yeah, Kevin played great, and it sucks that he went down, but I will give him an honorable mention nod. That's a mouthful. But there's a guy that's no question in this one, and that's Gradey Dick, as he got himself a new career high in this one, as he finished with 26 points along with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in 38 minutes. Had a really good shooting night, 10 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. What can I say? Gradey played incredible. In fact, like, being non-existent in a couple games, out of 2 of the last 3, I would say he was semi-non-existent. But geez Louise, he played remarkable in this one and shot lights out. So, yeah, no question, Gradey Dick's my player of the game. Now, player who needs to improve. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because he fouled out. And it is Ernest Udeh. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals in 14 minutes. And was 1 of 1 from the field. And that was it. But he did foul out. And gosh, he just needs to improve on his footwork. That's all it is. I mean, yeah, he's putting in critical minutes, and he ended up scoring, actually grabbed a couple rebounds, got a couple steals that I'm surprised he wasn't called for fouls. That's, again, going on to the refs not seeing that one. But, geez, fouling out, he just needs to work on his feet. And I think that'll happen, especially when he's now starting to look like the center that we wanted to see from the beginning of the season. So, yeah, it's just a nitpick at this point for a player who needs to improve. But unfortunately, I have to give one, and my player who does need to improve is Ernest Udeh. And that's going to do it for my review of KU versus Oklahoma State. Again, the final score, Kansas 87, Oklahoma State 76. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Push that notification bell and tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again for the next basketball review, as the Hawks will return to Allen Fieldhouse as they will take on the Baylor Bears with a college game day atmosphere. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the Fieldhouse, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.